Hi, in this video I'm gonna show you how I converted a toy boat, which you see here some pictures of how the boat looked like when it was possibly new. The one I bought was in much worse shape, but it was the same model, so I could find these pictures. Unfortunately, I didn't take any pictures before. This is the earliest picture I have, and I already stripped down all the plastic bits and already drilled some holes into the hull. So from there, I started putting it together. Basically, I coated it with resin and I redid the paint job, which you see here. And I've also already added a 3D printed hatch. Okay, so this is the model of the winch. I think it's one of the most interesting bits in the boat, and it's basically all 3D printed except except this screw here, which I didn't model as a screw, but it's actually a screw, and it's one of those found in the hose clamps, so it's very sturdy and it's made for this kind of job. And I used it to basically to use a very low power and lightweight motor to turn a winch that has to be able to pull with some force on the sails. And yeah, that's basically what you see on the boat. So I was finishing up the video and I realized the boat has changed a lot since the end, and I haven't really documented anything. So I'm gonna just show what has been updated. It's been mostly a trial and error process, so after a few tests, the first were really bad, I had to make some improvements over what you just saw. First of all, the winch has changed quite drastically. I think I've been through several versions, and this one seems to work a lot better. So I'm just going to... I've also made some changes inside the boat itself. So you see I put some cable organizers here. This was because the boom of the boat was getting stuck in the cables of the motors, so I had to do that. And also inside I've sort of organized it a bit. There is a panel with all the switches for the main power switch and the 3 motors. So I'm going to turn on the controller here, and then we can turn on the... So we have the 2 motors. First of all, I had to attach this propeller like in an outboard fashion. This is the outboard motor that I decided to mount on the sailboat. So after thinking a bit, we decided we didn't trust the sail so much, and since the boat is too small to put a motor inside of it, and it would have been difficult to drill a hole through the hull, I decided to go for an outboard motor, which you see here. So the actual electric motor sits here, and there is a connection with the axle of the outboard motor here, which isn't shown. And then you see basically with the conical gear couple, the motion is transmitted to the propeller here. And yeah, basically that's it. So the body was 3D printed from 2 identical halves, and then I glued them together, leaving some these cylindrical holes for the axle, which were just brass tubing, and you'll see how that works. And now you can see I also increased the size of the rope here, so it's a very light but thicker rope, and this helps it not get tangled so much. As you can see, it can and if there is a bit of wind, it will give away. And I had to add this channel here, which helps also avoid the string from getting stuck underneath the spool, so between the spool and the rest of the mechanism. Then also I had to add silicone almost everywhere, because in the first test I noticed there was lots of water inside where it's not supposed to be. And also, since the sails don't seem to perform too well, we thought maybe adding these sticks could somewhat improve the performance. I'm not sure it did. And also for now, like I did set up everything for connecting also the front sail to the winch, but in the end I didn't, because I think there are some problems that need to be worked out first. However, this is the version that performs the best, and that you can also see in the video where it's sailing. So go check out that one.